Hi everybody, happy Friday. It is September 10th, Friday, September 10th, and I have a lot of things to share with you today, so we'll get right to it. First of all, tonight we have our Powder Puff game in the stadium. The gates open at 6 o'clock, the game starts at 6:30. The game is free for anybody who'd like to show up tonight and enjoy that. We also have, for all freshmen tonight, we have free ice cream if you have your student ID present and you come to the game tonight. That starts actually at 5:30 as a Link Crew celebration and welcoming you to the Powder Puff game. So hope you get to come out tonight and enjoy that for a little bit. That's also because we don't have a football game tonight, so no football tonight. This Friday is a bye week for our football team. They don't play again until next week against Oak Ridge here at our place, which is always a huge rivalry, as most of you know. Couple other really important reminders as we hit this stretch and academics becomes much more intense at this time of the year. There's a lot going on. I think our students and our teachers, all of us, start to feel a little bit of the academic pressure set in after this first grading period that just ended. Make sure that you are getting your sleep. It's one of the core tenets that we have and values and reminders that we have is get your sleep. Take care of yourself. 9 hours a day is what our students should get. I know many of you don't get that, but the more you can get, up to 9 hours, the better off you will be. Please remember that getting sleep improves your mental health, helps you stave off depression and anxiety. A lack of sleep can bring on depression and anxiety. As well, helps your physical recovery for those of you who are athletes, student athletes. So it reduces swelling, allows you to recover faster, allows you to compete at a higher level. It also improves memory, recall, and processing for your academics. So it's really important that you are getting your sleep. And the one approach that I want to discuss this time about sleep is establishing a routine. Do the best that you can to hold yourself to a bedtime and a wake time. I know that's hard on the weekends sometimes when you're enjoying friends and doing other things that you wouldn't normally do, but try not to stretch it too far. If you fall out of your routine, it just gets that much harder to get back into your weeknight routine. So try to set a bedtime and a wake time to the extent possible, and try not to vary from that too much or too often within reason, okay? So establish a routine for your sleep is really important. And then we'll come back with other reminders about good sleep and improving your sleep quality later on. I also want to let you know cross country runs tomorrow. Good luck to our cross country folks. Cross country runners are amazing. You guys work super hard, harder than most groups do, and you do that without all the fanfare and whatnot. But our cross country runners will be here at Willow Hills, which is right here. Up by our reservoir at Folsom High School running tomorrow, which is Saturday. And golf will be Tuesday, so our girls golf Tuesday, First Granite Bay at Empire Ranch. We've got tennis against Rockland, varsity tennis, girls tennis against Rockland Tuesday here at Folsom High School. Volleyball tomorrow at the Oak Ridge Tournament, varsity Oak Ridge Tournament. And then Monday, home, I think it's all levels home against Inderkum. Okay, so we've got a lot going on there. I want to make sure that I encourage you to communicate with your counselors, with your administrators, with your teachers through email. And please refer back to your English teacher guidance around professional email etiquette and protocols, because that really helps us serve you well. And it's good practice as you move forward with jobs, careers, current jobs, emailing your employer, your supervisor, and certainly when you get into college, it's really critical that you know how to properly communicate through email as well. So those of you who are doing that and including things like a salutation, a closing, what you're asking for, and your student ID, thank you very much. It really is appreciated when you communicate with us that way, as it allows us to do more communication and make sure we're clear with you, okay? And those of you who are out for absences, that's always a great way to stay connected with your teachers as well. The last thing is I want to remind you that, not last thing, but second to last thing, that you want to make sure that if you're traveling to two places for pause, so two destinations, to travel to your second destination, you have to have that passport stamped ahead of time. You cannot just get it stamped that day. You cannot just travel to your second destination. I'm going to remind teachers of this. They should not accept you in their room as a second destination unless they have pre-stamped your passport allowing you to travel to that second destination. So have your passport. If you want to travel to the second place, let's say do a quiz, make sure that you get it stamped before the day of pause, so the week prior to that pause day. And finally, the last thing I want to talk about this week is the importance of the words that we use with each other. It is so critical the way we talk to each other, folks. It makes people in our community feel connected, wanted, cared about, and it can also make us feel disconnected, unwanted, uncared for. So we have to be careful about the words that we choose when we talk to each other, friends, students, teachers, parents, just each other. It is the words that we use with each other in our community. It's a direct reflection of our community. It creates community or it destroys community. So something to reflect on, just being really mindful as we interact with each other to show that we care about each other and we support each other here at Folsom High School, and think about the words that we use with each other. And we'll talk more about that later on. So I hope you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. As always, it's Friday, so read a good book without pictures, have a passion for something positive, tell your friends, family you love them, and as always, our key word is balance, guys, especially as we get into September here. Make sure that we're balancing. Have a great weekend.